And Scott's not here either. So. Okay. All right, we're going to go ahead and start the meeting of the Regional Wastewater Reclamation Advisory Committee today for September 25th. I'd like to go ahead and call the meeting to order and ask for a roll call.
All right, Alejandra Frejo Arque.
Here.
Right, Asia Philbin,
Here.
Claire Zucker,
Here.
Greg Canizaro,
Here.
Eric Sewell,
Here.
Kirsten Waingsvik,
Here.
Matt Mathewson,
Here.
Steve Foley,
Here.
and so we are only missing Anne Marie.
Great. I'm gonna continue with the virtual meeting reminders. Please mute your microphones. This will help ensure there's no feedback or background noises that may interfere with the speaker. If a committee member would like to speak or ask a question, use the raise your hand feature and remember to lower your hand when you are done with your comment or question. When you're ready to speak, don't forget to unmute your microphone, especially important during votes, and don't forget to mute your microphone when you're finished. As a reminder, audience members are only allowed to speak during the call to the audience unless called upon by the committee. And this meeting is being recorded by to satisfy the open meeting law requirements. All right, we're going to move on to the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I move on to item E, which is call to the audience. Are there any audience members that would like to speak? All right, hearing none, we'll move on to the safety share. Any safety shares today?
I'll throw one out there.
Eric's
We have a couple of days of rain coming up. We're not done with it, so be careful on the road, leaps and falls. Just be careful the next couple of days.
Yeah.
Yeah, this time of year, the sun is low in the horizon in the mornings. So it does block your vision from time to time. Just be aware of it when you're driving. There's some of those people that are coming towards you, you might not see because of direct sunlight coming into your windshield of your car.
Very good point.
Great. Any other safety shares that people have this morning? Nope. All right, well, we will move on to approval of the minutes. Has everybody had a chance to look at the minutes?
I move we accept the minutes.
Is that Eric?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Okay.
I had a couple of questions. Okay.
Oh, we'll move on to
Really-
discussion.
Really small, but
Mhm.
one was. Like director's update. He talks about. Asking about, we kind of move the new facility with employee, the progress, I think that should be good, actually. Let it, when it's in treatment, it seems like practical. So.
Where are we? Okay, page 2.
You may have read that, that's his question.
I'm not sure.
Finding in the transcript.
Yeah, he may have said treatment.
Where exactly, which paragraph?
The top,
Top of page 3?
yeah, Mr. Oldendorf asked what type of treatment the new facility would employ.
He did say treatment.
Okay, and when I was reading, it just threw me off, and then
Yes, totally get what you mean.
on the subcommittee report, it said there was no updates to report, and then there's an update.
Oh, that is my bad. Which one?
Number 5, and so just the very.
CIP subcommittee.
Oh, right. Okay.
Thank you. No, that's perfect.
Okay, good catch.
Anything else?
So do you need a movement to?
No, that's fine. We've had discussion. I think we can go ahead and vote to approve with the suggested
corrections.
changes. All those in favor, please say aye. Any opposed?
Okay.
Aye, I forgot to say aye.
As long as you don't oppose, we're
I
good.
didn't oppose. All right, that said, we'll go ahead and pass those meeting minutes, as approved. All right, so we're gonna move on to the, discussion and action section, and we have the director's update, but there's no director today, so, we will not be having one, correct?
Right.
All right. We're gonna move on to item 2, which is the annual report to the Board of Supervisors, the draft review. Did everybody have a chance to look at this? I know it was, came out kind of, but yesterday.
Yesterday,
Yeah.
we got the last, reviewers, comments back yesterday, so thank you all for taking the time to read it. I know it was kind of late in the day, but we were trying to ensure that Anne Marie would not find any typos this time. 'Cause that woman had eyeballs on her. So, let me pull it up.
Is the copy here with all the corrections, or are there other corrections?
This
This is the
every,
one.
yeah.
Okay.
Let me just share.
Should we go through each one?
Yes.
All right.
And it should be pretty quick. We do have some corrections that have been, suggested by Craig. He's great comments. The first one though is, the director's message. Did anybody have any comments or corrections on this one?
I didn't. Did anybody else have any comments?
Anybody?
Okay.
Moving on. Silence is acceptance. Claire.
Mhm.
Claire has already reviewed this and had her corrections as well. Does anybody have any comments or corrections on the chair's message?
Okey dokey.
Comings and goings. This one, now, last year, how I did it was, we had some bios, and some photos. I have not received any responses from Mr. Colt or Kulikowski. So we do not have their bios or, recent pictures. But we do have quite a few articles, so this year's, annual report is gonna be a little bit longer than last year, so we figured short and sweet and to the point might be even better. Any comments on this?
I think that's fine.
Everybody's good? Okay. Awards and recognitions, we have the, oh, wait, it's not showing very well. We have the awards for the plants, and then we have a project award for that, Steve Ritchie informed us about for one of the CIP projects. Are there any comments on this?
It seems good.
Okay, moving on. Conveyance system manhole assessment. Now, this was provided to us in response for our request for awards and accolades and whatnot by Mr. Joe Siva from over in Conveyance. This is just a great little piece, really promoting what Conveyance does. And since our sole purpose on this annual report is to send it to the Board of Supervisors, let them know what RAC is doing, what RWRD is doing, and hopefully put us in a good light towards them. I thought this was an incredible inclusion for this year's report. Now, Craig, you had a couple of comments on this one. So first comment was right here, this sentence. He suggested that the sentence be edited to read, "This extensive assessment provided a holistic view of the condition of RWRD's larger structures in their conveyance system." Period. Is everybody good with that?
That's fine.
Okay, perfect. So I will make that change. The second one was down here, this sentence. And I believe all Craig's comments are just fantastic. So additionally, the flow monitoring team has utilized the information to strategically deploy monitoring equipment in areas where assets are in optimal condition and pose less of a risk. Oops, I do not, okay, there we go. Steve, are you okay with that, or do you want me to read it again?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's right here.
The
And this-
changed version is on the screen.
No, it's not.
Those change versions here.
Oh,
no.
the changed version,
The change version he just sent to me and I got it this morning and I'm reading it aloud. This is the original version. Ah, sorry, the mouse is not working well. I apologize greatly.
oh,
So-
it's not on. Okay.
No,
Oh,
it's right here in my hand.
Okay,
So the change is to strategically deploy monitoring equipment in areas where assets are in optimal condition and pose less of a risk.
I don't think that's
I don't know.
necessary, the less of a risk.
Yeah.
I don't think that we.
Okay, let's
evaluated
remove that
that.
portion.
And I actually, sorry, I don't think it needs to say monitoring equipment, it's a monitoring team. But it's fine to be monitoring equipment.
Are we okay with putting monitoring?
Monitoring.
Okay, but not the less of a risk.
I don't think so.
Okay. His other comment was acronyms like CCTV. I can spell that out. I don't have a problem with that.
Okay, that's fine.
Because his point was, people may not be fully cognizant of what that entails or what it means.
Right.
And I think that's the only one, right? Or GIS. Is that the other one,
Well,
Craig?
it's TS&E, but did you already have that?
We already have that in the report, so I don't think we need to
Okay,
do that one again, but definitely GIS.
well, that's a pretty common term, but yes, fine too.
But the board may not be aware of
Yeah,
it
they may
because they're
not
not engineers
Yeah,
and
yeah.
whatnot. So I think spelling out CCTV and GIS is not a bad thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Any other comments? Is everybody good with that?
Mhm.
Thumbs up? Okay. Next, RAC monitor, meeting highlights. So this is just basically a summary of the meeting minutes, really. That's all this is. A summary of the summary. And I tried to keep it not quite, like the division highlights. That's in a separate article, so that's even more pared down in here. Did anybody have any comments, any edits, any suggestions or requests? I know that you tend to be a bit verbose, so any paring down suggestions? I see somebody's got a hand up. Oh, wait, no, that's just Alejandra got dropped, I think. Okay.
Okay,
Any comments at all? I'm open to suggestions. Nope. All right, moving on.
I think they're fine.
Yeah, I'm not gonna belabor
Yeah,
the point.
yeah.
All right, next is division highlights. And I think, did you have one on this one, Craig? I thought you did.
Yes, it does.
But, well,
That opened it up.
no, not on this one. Okay. So this one is just all each department. I did make note on here that we did not, during that particular time frame, have the conveyance updates.
Yeah,
Okay, that
I was
was,
surprised at that.
we had it before the
Uh-huh.
beginning of the fiscal
Oh,
year,
right.
and we're having it today. So it just, we missed that time period.
I
Remember that the fiscal year is from July 1st to June 30th. But we actually kind of function on a calendar year as the committee.
Yes,
So
I think it kind of, in the light of making you look good, doesn't look great.
Well,
So maybe,
but it's the truth, so
Yeah.
I'm not going to change it.
yeah,
You could just add the date that there was an update on such and such a date.
But it doesn't fit in the annual report fiscal year.
that's fine.
I could make note of it, but it doesn't fit in the annual year. And I don't wanna, mislead them.
That's fine.
Okay. Any other comments, questions? Matt, I see your hand. I
Yeah,
think you're
sorry, I'm
still.
a little slow this morning. Only had one coffee, but can you go back just a page to the
First page.
a meeting, I think it was in the meeting summaries section.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
you wanna go back a whole, okay, hold on.
So
You know what
somewhere
page you
in,
wanna be on?
somewhere in there, I saw Eric Wiedewolt's name, but
Yes.
it was spelled Wiederholt.
Was it? Well, that ain't good. Yeah, what are you looking for?
You know, you don't get to have perfect spelling when you leave. No, okay.
That is the punishment for leaving, is your name will be butchered.
I suggest you just search for it.
Yeah, I'm
afterwards.
just gonna make a
Just
note. Yeah, I'm just gonna make a note because don't know where that is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just do a search. That sounds good.
Was there anything else, Matt?
No, that's
We
good.
good?
Thanks.
Okay. So we're gonna go back to the division highlights, and thank you for that, Matt. I really appreciate it.
Can I make a suggestion about the conveyance update? I'm still bugging me.
Sure.
Could you say, although a conveyance update was offered
I can do that.
in July or June 2024, but due
Okay.
to a vacancy deputy direction, no division update
Was, and calendar needs to be removed.
oh yeah, that's right.
Yes.
So I think that would be
Um,
good.
Okay, so I will put
You could-
conveyance.
So although a conveyance update was provided and give the date, like July, you don't have to have it exactly.
Whatever date it was.
June 2024, due to vacancies in director no division.
Perfect.
I
I
think
can do
that,
that.
I think
can
that
do
would
that.
look better.
I can
Okay.
do that. All right. Any other comments? Are we good with Claire's suggested correction? You're good with that? Okay.
This
Everybody
looks
else?
a little better since the purpose is looking good.
Yes. And that is our goal. Our goal is to make this bright and energetic and, positive, emotional response from the board towards RWRD. So if in any way or shape or form, I need to make corrections to do that, please tell me. Next up is the CIP update. Michelle, we're gonna need you on this one. If you're, I believe you're here, right, Michelle? Okay. Craig did have a comment, and his wasn't the first time I've heard this. I'm scrolling. On the CIP update, and honey, we may need you on this. Through the end of fiscal year 29-30, RWRD capital expenditures are estimated to be 443 million. But the image from the 2025 financial plan says 408.
So this is the change due to Sawarita. So if we want to flip those so that you're just reflecting the information per the financial plan, or if you want an updated schedule. I mean, if you want to keep the issue is we're referring back to something from last spring and the situation has changed. So, however you guys want to present it, I don't care. But it's not going to be 408. But if you want to put that so that it's consistent with the table, that's fine.
Should we make note here, see figure X, value of, 408, has been revised due to,
May I make a suggestion?
uh-huh,
Why don't you say through end of fiscal year, our WRD capital expenditures were estimated to be 408.
were estimated.
Yes,
Should we,
figure 6, and then say additional expenditures for salary to plant, which came up recently. May add an additional, whatever, $1 million.
You can even say were previously, if you want to even clarify further,
okay.
that that's now past tense.
Okay, so through the end of fiscal year 29-30, RWRD capital expenditures were previously estimated to be $408 million, see figure X. Additional expenditures due
Related to.
related to
Yeah, I think so. Sorry to.
Sarita Regional, blah, 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 have increased,
Improvements.
Improvements, the record.
but it's not improvements, it's construction.
Okay, so say construction, to construction of the Sarita
Have increased, expenditures, expenditure estimates.
to 443.
Okay. How's that sound, Michelle?
When you do the.
That, I like using the past tense. I think that's a great suggestion.
Okay, are you good with that, Jaime?
I was just gonna say, when you refer to the Sawadita, make sure that whatever it is, it encompasses both the treatment plant and the
And the-
intersection.
And
Whatever
interceptors
word you're using.
and
Really
interceptors.
not just.
Got you. All right. Beautiful. And that was correct. That was your only comment on that one. Did anybody have any additional comments?
We have Eric here.
Eric, oh, sorry.
Since we were modifying what it said on the front page, could something be said within the town of Sahuarita, the, Sahuarita waste facility also? In other words, to back up what you're saying on the front page,
You mean in the blurb on
a
it?
little blurb on it, that, you know, the town of Sahuarita.
Well, we already
I don't
see
wanna
it.
badmouth them,
We
but
already say it's 200 million.
what?
I don't want to say that they're not going to be partnering and blah, blah, blah. We're not talking about Sarita. We're only talking about RWRD. So I don't want to put that they backed out.
Okay,
I don't want to, I just don't want to badmouth, like you said, I don't want to badmouth.
but due to circumstances, we're gonna have to, we're gonna
But,
wind up.
but we never had concrete firm contract or agreement,
Right.
so it was an assumption on our part. And what happens when you make an assumption?
I know exactly what happens when you assume things.
So I see what you're saying, but I don't want to, I don't think,
Okay.
I think that's negative. Does anybody think that it's important that we clarify that RWRD will be doing this project? I'm assuming on our own, at least at this point.
You know, I think for the purposes of something to the Board of Supervisors, where you're talking about our predicted or
Mhm.
expected expenditures, I think this is sufficient.
Okay.
Everything's going to change over
Yeah.
time.
The
And-
debate is, or, I mean, even as of last meeting, Jackson was saying that they
Yeah.
were at re-entry negotiations.
Exactly.
And this is a summary of minutes, so if you wanna go back and sequentially look at all the minutes to figure that.
Well, this
out.
isn't a summary.
No, this isn't a summary of the minutes, but it's a summary of Jaime's
Right.
5 and 10 year plan.
The previous version.
But-
The previous section was a summary of minutes, but yes.
But
Yeah.
remember how it changed from, over 2 months.
They're in, they're out.
Things changed, the financial plan.
Yeah.
It changed from month to month because it's all fluid.
Particularly, because the Board of Supervisors will be thinking politically,
Yes.
having something that shows a negotiation, that presents that as an issue
Mhm.
could trigger some challenges.
Yes.
So I think it would be better to keep it pretty simple in this. If
Yeah.
That's okay, Eric. I think that,
Are you comfortable with that?
I'm comfortable with anything.
Okay,
You know,
You comfortable with
Good.
buying me the winning lottery?
it's a good discussion to have. I'm
I'm
glad.
more happy to donate to your winning lottery.
It's a good discussion to have. And I
Definitely.
think we need to keep our eyes on it.
And because I know that it's very easy to point out problems. You know, we discussed it in our monthly meetings, the Tres Rios pipe and all of the, we discussed these things, but while we're not going to keep that information from the board, we still want to present these things in as positive a light as we can without altering the truth of what happened.
Right.
And I think having a negative connotation in there regarding the town of Sahuarita is not making us look good.
I think it's fine as it is, and it's consistent with the other, I like the sections afterwards that have it all broken out and a description, so I think, I feel like people read, and this is actually a comment that I would make overall, which is people read documents in different ways, and this document right now really only has, pictures and headings to guide you.
Mhm.
Another thing that you can add, and probably not this year, but you might think about it for subsequent years, is you can bold certain items that you really want them to see throughout the document.
Yes, like, highlight certain phrases and
Certain
terms.
phrases, and it doesn't have to be super consistent, it just has to be something that they can read in the document that will, because
Make it pop.
I think this is gonna be a lot of words.
Yes, well, I didn't include any photos. There are no
Right.
photos in this, but there will be photos in the annual
Yeah,
report.
but that's something, I don't think it's worth doing at this time, but
Yeah.
maybe earlier we could talk about
Yeah.
that, because I think that can really help.
Because if there are key,
Particularly in the
ideas,
minutes.
yeah, if there are key ideas,
Mhm.
maybe next year, but that's a good point to keep in mind. Key ideas that we want to really promote
That
or
we want
push.
them to key into,
Mhm.
because I do think it's, at this point, a little bit, here's everything we did.
And there's a lot.
And there's a lot, and so, it might be something that you want them to particularly pay attention to.
Okay,
So,
that's a good point. That's
that'd
a
be
good point for next year.
next year, not this year.
Let's keep that in mind for next year. Anything else on the CIP update? I don't see any other hands. Matt, we're good?
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna move on.
I really like how everything's broken out individually. It's very helpful. I think that's gonna really help them.
Yes.
Okay.
All right, financial update again. This is, and the graphs are from the 25 financial plan, 2025 financial plan. Michelle has reviewed this, but please, any comments? Michelle, if you have any additional comments or corrections? We're good. I know that you're probably aware of this, but I'm just gonna point out the figure X on everything. It's because I'm not sure which article is going to go first in the report.
Uh-huh.
So I didn't number things because then it'll screw it up in the long run. But that way it's, so when we organize it in the layout, we can do the naming of things.
Okay.
Eric, any comment? You're good? You good?
Yeah,
Kirsten?
Good.
That's awesome.
it's a lot of work you did. Boy.
Thank you. I wasn't alone. I had a lot of help. A lot of people participated. All right, we did pull out SOS. We kept the rate increase in the financial update, but we did pull out the SOS as a little separate article. This is really just, I actually had it in the director's update, but we decided to pull it out so we could include, the table, and just a little bit more information about partnering with, Tucson Water and,
Can I,
communications and whatnot.
Did
We
you-
were going back on there?
I didn't really see it, but did you reference that in the finance article?
What?
The SOS, that this was a
Uh,
pullout?
I don't remember now. I don't think so.
Well, why don't you look at that and just see if,
But that's why we pulled it out into a separate article. But you want a little reference in the financial?
I think it would.
Okay.
I think it would help tie it in
Okay, I'm
to
gonna,
that. What do
add,
other people think?
it doesn't have to be long, even just a sentence.
Even a
that
sentence
in
to say,
response to the rate, update, RWRD, expanded the SOS program.
yeah, to ensure,
And SOS,
yeah, to,
reference.
to ensure, yeah, just something
Yeah.
that shows that there was
Short sentence.
consciousness of low income.
Okay.
Impacts
I like that.
and
And then
impacts
after
to low
that,
income residents.
Yeah.
And, that's explained
Definitely.
further in another article. I think that would be good to have that in here just to show that.
right,
It
And I-
was part
I
of that discussion.
I think it would be good to have it right at the end, after we talk about the rate increase, as a in response to, does that? That fit what you're thinking?
I would probably put it, I wouldn't put it after the Board of Supervisors vote. I would put it, I would probably put it at 3% increase was proposed, put it at the end of that paragraph. So something like
Potentially right about here? Okay,
right here.
yeah, okay,
Yeah.
got
And
it,
it could be tagged onto that paragraph.
okay,
So 3% annually, then in order to ensure,
okay.
to moderate impact to low income residents.
So she's
That's how it-
suggesting right in here, between these two, or at the end of this paragraph
Yeah, just-
here,
Because that's where you're talking about
right?
all your other increases.
So it would just be, I'm thinking just a short
Just one
sentence,
sentence, yeah.
just one single sentence, that in response to this proposed rate increase, we did the SOS expansion kind of thing.
I think that's perfect.
Does everybody like that? We agree on that one? We're good?
Okay, all right, good, sounds good.
All right, so then the nitty gritty comes with this little article.
That looks,
And one of the reasons I thought it kind of was good on this is Jackson really wanted to promote this expansion and really inform the community about the availability of the program, how the expansion would allow even more households to take advantage of it. The table, I think, is important because we seem to have a bit of confusion even within the county that just because we're expanding it doesn't mean the qualification requirements for the first 3 grade classes, they do not change. They stay the same. We're just adding another one onto it. Does anybody have any comments, suggestions?
I think this is a good example of what the Board of Supervisors will want to know about.
I think so too.
So, Matt,
Matt, are you on? Okay, good. Go for it.
Yeah, so something that I've always kind of wondered in this context is what exactly is the federal poverty level at, any given point? And if we're trying to help them, have a better, or everybody have a better understanding of this program, maybe a specific definition of what that amount is as of a certain date would help.
Do that. I can do that because I know it does change annually, I believe, Michelle.
Right.
But I can do it as for what it was at the beginning of the fiscal year, or at the beginning of the effective date, October 2nd.
Yeah, in the table there, in the heading of the table, where it refers to the poverty level, there seems to be space to add something like that.
Sure,
there,
I can add
right there.
kind of a
At the top.
definition of what it was. Yeah.
you could either put it as a note at the bottom or you could just go.
I think maybe a note right at the bottom, an asterisk, federal poverty level as a blah, blah, blah was blah. How's that?
Yeah, fine with me.
Okay, I like that.
Like it.
Great addition, Matt. Any other comments?
Nope.
All right, moving on. Now, this was, kind of a new thing for us, we've talked about, the silver tsunami and employment and recruiting and all that. So this year we had Miss Doreen Press, who is going to give us a little presentation today, write an article for us about, RWRD's efforts, the county's efforts. So thank you very much, Doreen. Really appreciate your expertise on this. Anybody have any comments?
I think this is really important because we actually spend quite a bit of time at every meeting talking about this.
Exactly.
So,
And to know what we're doing to try to combat things like the silver tsunami or.
I love that. I'm part of that. Just saying.
And you've already left us. so
I know, I'm just enjoying that hilarious name for old people.
All right, Craig,
Oh, here, Eric has one.
oh, go ahead.
I think a year ago, the county went through and readjusted people's
Mhm.
positions,
Right,
shortened the number of divisions within in pay and all of that. And I had hoped that this would have kind of reflected a little of that.
the compensation study, we can add, Doreen, if you wouldn't mind, we can add a small blurb, but we do want the article to focus more on recruitment and retention. But I'd like
But
your,
the idea is
yeah,
that with what the county board of supervisors and the county administration did, actually provides us with a benefit. Because it makes it easier to retain people and potentially bring people on board.
exactly. So I
And
think,
so that's a positive that the
Yeah.
county has done, so we wanna pat them on the back
I
and
like it.
say, hey,
You
thank
guys
you
did,
very much.
you guys did good too.
Yeah.
Doreen, you're good with a short paragraph on
The
that?
very last paragraph mentions it.
Yeah, but is that enough? I mean, Eric seems to not think it is sufficient.
Eric, did you see that sentence, the last paragraph?
That while compensation remains a key factor in career decisions, RWRD, blah, 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 classification and compensations, but it doesn't really talk about the compensation study that was done and,
Despite.
Well, I
ongoing
think that's
staffing
okay.
challenges, even following the recent classification and compensation study, RWRD remains committed to offering rewarding employment opportunities.
I mean, you could
but
add,
I think Eric is specifically saying a couple of sentences specifically regarding the compensation study. What it did and
More about what it actually did.
yes. Am I correct in my interpretation of what you're saying?
You are interpreting my thoughts.
Okay.
so may I suggest that you put that at the top of that paragraph
Mhm.
and you say, something about the compensation study improved our
It
position.
optimizes us.
yeah, something like that that says it helped us. And then it says, then
Yeah.
that will follow very nicely.
So between those last two
Yeah.
paragraphs, we'll just
Top.
even, just a sentence or two should be more than enough, I would think. Okay, cool.
Okay,
Are we good with that? Anybody have any comments on that?
no,
Just a little bit more detail on the compensation study included, scrolling right here-ish. Between these last two paragraphs,
yeah,
okay?
yes.
So while compensation remaining, do you want it in the beginning of that paragraph? Just so I can make sure it flows nicely?
Around
Where
there,
you think,
around there,
do,
yeah,
yeah, right.
Make it work.
make it work.
It's hard to wordsmith in real time, and I don't want you to be held down.
No problem.
Thank you, Doreen.
Thank you.
Are we good? Oh, Max?
I saw up there, about Southern Arizona construction career
Oh.
days, it was talking about being tailored towards people beginning their career or seasoned professionals. And it's for middle schoolers and high schoolers.
Yeah.
So,
No, that's our next comment.
okay.
And it is from Craig. So Craig had a couple comments on this. The first one was, the addition right here of, complex wastewater treatment systems. He suggested complex wastewater treatment and collection systems. So right in here. Okay, we liked that. And then right here. Right here. This paragraph right here, we had some revisions and I already spoke to Doreen. And she has it written down. Doreen, do you wanna, it would be the annual event is focused towards. So instead,
Focus towards
right here.
students to explore various career opportunities in construction,
Mhm.
including trades and all that information. So instead of the allows attendees, we would put more, this event focuses towards high school students and make it flow a little bit nicer of what it needs to.
And so Max, what you're saying is,
Whether individuals are just beginning their career journey or are seasoned professionals looking to expand their expertise.
so you're saying this right here should be nixed.
Yeah, none of the attendees are seasoned professionals.
Okay.
Or beginning. their career.
Okay. So. So.
When I
Good difference.
system, it just states that it aims toward high school, it doesn't necessarily state that it doesn't exclude other people as well, so that's why I didn't want to necessarily just put that it only allows high school students, because it just states that it aims toward high school students, but
But I can, I've helped coordinate,
Oh,
organize the event for
yeah,
RWRAC.
I love using you as a resource.
It's not for people
Sure.
in work.
Okay.
It's for students.
So we will just, what we will do is do the focus towards high school students or high school and middle school.
And those,
Oh, so towards, so middle school and high school students.
So you can just say allows middle and high school students to explore blah, blah, blah.
The annual event is, well, we were gonna take out allows and change it to focus towards.
That's fine. You could say
Middle school and high school students,
to explore industry and gain hands-on.
yeah, blah, blah,
experience.
yeah. And then we're going to remove,
I think you could leave allows, that'd be fine.
okay, so.
Middle and high school students. And then that's.
And then we're removing this right here.
Yes,
Did everybody see that?
Yeah.
We good with that?
yep.
Okay, so Craig, again, thank you so much. Max, thank you. Doreen, I will get with you later. Thank you all for really going through these with me. And the last one, I believe. Oh, wait, no, two more. The second to last one is the Roger Road Reuse Planning. Kim Beza has graciously helped provide this one. I did revise it down just a wee bit, space-wise. Any comments on this? All righty, moving on. Waste collection and recycling events. This is from Justin Dillingham. We good?
Yep.
All right, we are done. Thank you all so much. So I'm going to take all of these corrections back. Doreen, I will get that, the sentences from you. And next week I will be working with Justin on layout and photos. Again, this year we will be focusing on bright, colorful, no faded photos, no half pages of photos. It should be pops of color, exciting, and hopefully we'll have it all ready for you guys to view the PDF of the print version at the next meeting for your approval, and then we'll print and send to the Board of Supervisors.
It looks really good.
Thank you. Again, it will be longer than last year's, but it'll have, I think, more content. Good content, so. Thank you all. Does anybody have any other comments? Are we good to go?
Are you accepting photos for inclusion?
Sure. We may not use it, but sure, send it.
All right. Well, thank you very much. Excellent. We'll move on to item 3, which is the conveyance division update. It's Steve.
Steve, come on over.
We have
everybody.
Steve Ritchie, Deputy Director of the Conveyance Division.
2 seconds, Steve. And you can just push the key buttons.
Yep, and oh, just presenting, okay. Oh, you grab my. All right, so conveyance division update. So it's just a, you know, here's the Ritchie Yard or the Dodge, 3355 Dodge facility. This is where we operate out of. Not arrowing over.
This one right here.
That's what I'm thinking. That one, that's the one.
Oh, it's, okay.
All right, all right, now we're moving. So here's the division structure. So, the safety and training, is now under the director's division, but the safety team still reports to, safety team and one trainer still report to conveyance. So we got administration, there are 5 individuals, including myself and Michelle Varner, running the admin team. We got the asset management, which is all the work order system and CCTV, which currently run 3 CCTV trucks. We're in the process of purchasing another one with a more sophisticated camera that we'll go through here in a little bit. And then we got gravity, the gravity teams. There's five teams. There's four quadrants around the county, divided at Alvernon and Speedway. And there's a night shift crew. And the night shift crew focuses on a lot of lane closures when there's less traffic, and mostly area rod, part of the area rod program, which we'll talk about in a little bit. And then, so we got seven combo trucks, 13 rodders, that they're operating. And then, we got the pumps and odor teams, so, yeah, the pump section, 22 pump stations and, about the same in the way of odor control sites between chemical dosing and other facilities, so. Yeah, moving on here, here's everybody in action. So get the combo flush truck. The rodders, which are, just like a sewer rodder. The kind of plus side of the rodders, and reason we run a lot more of those is we don't have there's a lot, there's no chance of backing up or flushing pressurized water into residents. Just cut the roots, pull them back and remove them from the manhole. And then got the CCTV crew below. The other side of the combo truck is the Vector, which we utilize to, for short bypasses that are in smaller quantities and and cleanup and whatnot. So maintenance activities, this is all the in-house maintenance activities. Beyond this, we also have contractor maintenance activities, which is about 500 miles of pipe that were CCTV'd and flushed. But in-house, got the 179 feet. The CCTV program is on about a 10-year cycle. The first 10-year cycle ended in 16, so we're due to end the second full cycle of the system here in next year. And the area flush, the flush program is about 411 miles. And the area rod program is on a 3-year cycle. There's about 3,600 miles of pipe, so we're a little bit above the threshold there. So doing well. The administration team, they deal with a lot of the personnel issues that go between for HR, for staff and HR, and helping them navigate policies, procedures, and benefits and workday and all that. So we also, they're also the customer service team, so during the daytime hours, they're the ones taking all the calls coming in. Off to the right-hand side, we got a breakdown of those calls, the majority of them, especially this time of year when it's hot, is rope complaints. If you have the rope complaints, and then the general conveyance calls, which we have a little bit better breakdown of what those entail, in a later slide. Odor complaints, and then other, which is mostly, billing questions, maybe to misdirected calls or things like that, of that nature. They also help with the purchasing. I mean, the warehouse purchases a lot of the stock items, but the admin team helps with purchasing of chemicals, and then other contract, questions and things like that. And then they're also security, not that they're walking around with tasers, but they do monitor the security cameras and grant access to employees, new employees, and separate access. And then they deal with the facilities work orders, the service requests for the buildings that we operate out of, the annex and the conveyance yards. Air conditioner, water lines, all that kind of stuff. And so odor control, got 21 functioning. There was 22, but the Anita sodium hypochlorite site was taken out of service this year. So now currently the only thing we're really using sodium hypochlorite for is we'll use it to do tube burns in site specific locations. But we got, right now we're in the process of trying to further integrate our odor control systems into SCADA. Currently, 4 of them are on SCADA, so we're trying to get a little bit more control for chemical feed. There's 12 biofilters, and there's actually 2 activated carbon systems. One's by the Silver Bell Golf Course, and then there's another really small one in the neighborhood across from Long Cantata. Just looks like a fake rock with a little solar panel on it to run a fan through carbon. And then we got 44 H2S sensors throughout the system to monitor for odors, and they also used for making decisions on dosing of the 8 ThioGuard stations. So the ThioGuard is what we're primarily using for the hydrogen sulfide control. So it's just magnesium hydroxide. It settles out of liquid because it's a little bit more. It's not entrained in liquid, so it does last longer in the conveyance system. The downside is it does take continuous mixing, and we have had some issues with it, with it settling out upon delivery, but the plus side is it's non-hazardous. It's just like milk and magnesia. It also carries down through the conveyance system. If we can get it dosed properly up to 30 miles, we can control hydrogen sulfide in the system. So we do have plans for a couple more sites in the near future. And so, like I said, those and then we got the 44 H2S sensors help with that control, the 37 flow monitoring sites throughout the system. And then they have manual pH sensors, meters that they use in select locations just to also verify that ThioGuard is increasing the pH to levels where we'll have lower H2S. All right, sanitary sewer overflows, a big look back to the turn of the century. So you see we had SSOs in the hundreds. Now we're down to SSOs in the tens. It does fluctuate a little bit, but yeah, it's huge. Yeah, huge. We've gone leaps and bounds on this. A lot of that has to do with a lot of the inspection that's going on in the system and the maintenance. And then here's the piece of the pie, the conveyance piece of the pie from the earlier slide, kind of breaking down what what types of SSOs are. This is just the public SSOs. If it happens on a private, private HCS or something like that, then it's deemed as private and it goes over to PDEQ for remediation. But anything that happens or caused by the public system, be it a blowout, which is blowing out into a residence or business or into a structure, a flooding of a structure, which is the third one, contractor cause. So as I said, we have about 500 miles of contractor flushing and TVing pipe. So sometimes the contractors, sometimes the contractors use too much pressure in certain locations. But every time anytime anyone is blown out, those notes go into the work order so that we can take care to ensure that it doesn't happen again. And then, just SSOs, vandalism, and vandalism occurs. So sometimes manhole covers get removed and things get dropped in that cause SSOs. And that's the gravity crew, are the ones that respond to all those calls and honestly deal with the customers when they're back. Nobody wants their drains moving in the wrong direction, so nobody's happy when that happens. So, kudos to those guys. I was here, so on the CCTV program, talking about like kind of upgrading technology right now. Right now on the right-hand side there, that Rhino Vision camera, it's like a 360 view, manhole inspection camera, gives us a 360 print of the manhole. And then on the left-hand side is a lateral launch camera. And currently we use contractors to use these in order to verify the customer's HCS, whether it's separated or damaged in the right of way. So to kind of go along with the HCS program. So we're in the process of getting a new van and a camera like this to help us in the inspection of the system. Here's the Rhino Vision camera in action. You can see on the right hand side the 360 view, and then you can see you can basically pan, tilt, and zoom anywhere in the manhole. This is a manhole that was fixed last year. But you can see it gets pretty it gets pretty bad. The entire bench is gone, and there's a lot of brick that's almost gone. So wow. The story, I mean, and it's pretty much widespread, but with and I'm not saying, I'm not trying to be disparaging against the water conservation, but a lot of it has to do with low flow fixtures and having less water. If you look at the pattern over the years of the treatment plant influence, you see that the flow hasn't really gone up that much, but the population's going up. So you have way more solids in the system and more solids degrading in the system, causing more hydrogen sulfide. So that's a system-wide, it's a system-wide problem that we're trying to combat, and just finding the best way to do it. A lot of this concrete and steel is really susceptible to H2S. And H2S mixes with the water and is in the just the area and of the manhole. It reacts with the concrete and steel. And here's a look back. Got the Hanson upgrade or more like a rebranding to the M4 for public system. And then the IPS mobile, which is huge. It just puts all the GIS and work order data right in the crew's hands, so they can have that out in the field and just way better communication. And they got all the notes and any kind of problems or issues on each individual work order at the touch of their fingers. We just upgraded mobile devices. They're not in the system yet. We're in the process of getting those out. So yeah, those are working really well. And then we talked about the program cycles, the CCTV and area rod, the vector cycle. The majority of manholes in the system are on a 2-year spray. we have a contractor that sprays the manholes to try to keep the cockroaches down. And then we'll spray them more frequently if needed. On a kind of case by case basis. Moving forward, trying to do a move to the cloud. We're hoping to get M4 for public sector, our work order system over to the cloud this fiscal year, so that hopefully we can push next fiscal year, the next fiscal year to start working. I heard treatment talking about moving over to AI for just not necessarily the end all decision making, but for sewer AI, the big plus is we will probably will get about 5 times more video footage inspected with the AI, and then it'll flag things and we can have somebody go back and look at it and code it. And the nice thing is we're currently using the NASCO, the National Association of Sewer Service Companies standards for coding pipe, and the sewer AI goes through uses the same coding system. So it's kind of trying to move away from the Q's coding system over to NASCO. So yeah, we have most of our data analysts and conveyance monitors that run the cameras are certified in that NASCO inspection. And then ITD is in huge, it is definitely in support of the move to the cloud, because that's a whole lot less time they got to spend working on maintaining servers. So rehab, this is the past few years. So look at the CCTV program. Definitely makes it a lot easier to pinpoint issues. So you can do just like point repairs instead of cured in place piping of entire reaches, if you can, to save, hopefully save some money. But it's about $15 million annually over the last few years. And rehab prioritization. So this is right out of Power BI. And this is all the interceptors, all the big pipes running through Pima County. So some of them were done recently. Sorry, I'm gonna go back to my notes here. In yeah, my apologies. So some of the ones that are lower, the kind of the lower bars, some of them have been done or have gone through cured in place piping. The Pantano interceptor, the one on top there is the one. The number, that total cost is just a reflection of what it would cost to make that pipe perfect, right? And if there's a such thing, but make it as good as possible. So that's what that price represents. And then as you drill down, you get to each manhole and reach and see the next number. That total benefit is a really big number, just because it has to be able to get granule down to the smallest assets. So it just it's just part of the coding system. But that SEC, the Santa Cruz interceptor, and the eastern portion of it, that's actually a higher priority than that Pantano interceptor. Just from CCTV footage, we can see that the ductile iron pipe, or the majority of the Pantano interceptor being ductile iron pipe, seems to be holding up a lot better. But that SCC is reinforced concrete pipe, and that stuff is deteriorating at a much faster rate. So we have more of that work going on this year. And then help the system. This it's like a coding system. You got basically from reach to reach inspections, and manhole to manhole. Last year 24-25, We were able to look at 4,000 manholes. This year, we're gonna probably, you know, pull back a little bit and we're planning on inspecting, trying to get through inspecting siphons, because quite a few of the siphons haven't been looked at in a number of years. So we actually have a contractor that has like a sonar smart pig that can go through and see if there's a lot of debris in the bottom of the siphons and see the, you know, use the sonar laser to actually look at the pipe and see what kind of conditions and, but yeah, here's so some of all the worst ones, the ones that are 500 and up, those are all pretty critical, and we need to get those done pretty much as soon as possible. Anything that's 400 to the 499, that's all stuff that we'd like to be able to get done this year, but not always physically possible. And then, but definitely continue to CCTV and monitor. And then everything, you know, the 1 to 399, that stuff is just continuing to monitor and will be done in the future if it gets worse.
Can I ask a quick question?
Yeah.
So on the previous slide, that's the prioritization of numbers, the 1 to 399.
Yeah, that's the criticality of it.
It's like high.
Yeah, so any,
For 399.
Yeah. And then rehab, completed the fiscal year 24-25. You remember the slide, a few slides back, about 15 million a year. Well, we usually get off to a relatively slow start, fiscally, financially, but usually get quite a bit of work done. And there's always an uptick at the end of the year of funds that if there are funds that can't get spent by the end of the fiscal year on another project, a lot of times, I mean, there's always repairs that the conveyance needs to make. So if we can get it done by the end of the fiscal year, a lot of time that money moves over. So, but this last year, there's quite a few projects that fit that bill. So you can see we had quite a bit of spend at the end of the year, and that's what pushed that number up.
Yeah.
And these are the you know, crew supervisors, public works crew supervisors, these are the fellows that go around town and deal with the public and when if their houses get blown out or so these guys, yeah, these guys are huge. They support their team safety. They've been nominated as in the Pima County We Are Gems program. So yeah, can't say enough about the individuals working at conveyance and Michelle over here is the glue that holds it all together. So, so anyway, that's what I got.
Go, Eric, go ahead.
Yeah, on maintenance activity, if I understood correctly, there's also about 500 miles that has been done by contract.
Correct.
Rotting.
Yeah, not rotting. The contract is usually just flush, so the combo flush. A lot of the vendors utilize the different flush heads.
Okay.
Do you jetter trucks?
Do you see that usage rising, or do you staying about the same or dropping? Do you see a fluctuation in that?
I see it probably this year staying about the same. In future years, I mean, my preference would be to see it dropping and bring a little bit
More in-house. Okay. On your CTV program. And you're doing this in select areas, or is it programmed for, and I'm just trying, because I don't know the area entirely, but you know, we're gonna go look at Trace Rios area, what we serve there. So is it programmed that way, or is it programmed by potential areas of issues, or
So a little bit of both. So the goal is every 10 years to see to map and see the entire system. But there are also there's also quite a bit of pipe that we're monitoring. So that's that pipe gets looked at more frequently.
Okay. One very, it may be a crazy question, but do you see within the system where earth movement has caused issues with your lines? Maybe in a settling or a shift, anything like that?
Yeah, I'm sure it probably happens, but I don't know that we could pinpoint or
Okay.
attribute it to something like that.
Okay, thank you.
I have a quick question about your SSOs. So the 2025 numbers are really low. Is that because a lot of them happen in the latter part of the year or?
Well, 2025 was just a good
It
year.
was just a good year.
It was a good year. Hopefully 2026 will be the same.
That's a pretty tremendous, I just want to point out, that's a pretty amazing.
Yeah, and I know it may have something to do with it being a really dry year too, and not having a lot of the rain causing some of the issues, so.
Yeah. Well, good job.
I know.
Any other questions or comments? Asia.
Thanks, Claire. Yeah, I had maybe a little bit of a technical, two questions, one somewhat technical. So for the NASCO, the conversion to NASCO standard, I was wondering if we're going to see this, like the charts and graphs you showed us will continue to be kind of the same year to year, if that's going to change a little bit because of the ratings or what that's going to look like. And then I was also hoping maybe you could comment on, you have your folks at the end there, and you had talked about the H2S and the impact to the system, and then there have been, recently I was reading about people who have been overcome, and I was wondering what your safety program is for those folks.
For sure. So we just this year updated. Well, it started last year, but each individual and we updated our working over manhole procedure, which is an internal wastewater procedure. But each individual working over manholes has a personal H2S meter that alerts them when the H2S, and it's for us to track their H2S exposure over time. So the safety team data logs all that. So the guidance is, if your H2S, if the H2S goes out of range, you button up, you move if you can to get out of the waft zone and get the manhole back on and get safety involved to ventilate before we do any further work. And then the NASCO standards, we pretty much switched over, and I think we're just in the process of getting a few more people certified. So yes, that should look the same moving forward, because that's what was plugged into Power BI.
Yeah, thanks a lot. I'm wondering, so they do have the monitors that they're going in. Is there any do you use robotics or anything like that in any of your entries?
No, not currently.
It's not neat. Okay, thank you.
And then for doing entries and things like that, the safety team has an array of more sophisticated meters that are looking at the entire look at the entire environment, the 4-gas meter. So you're looking at oxygen, lower explosive level, and carbon monoxide, as well as H2S. But yeah, like I said, the individuals, just for their own personal monitoring of H2S, each have their own.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
All very good information. Thank you very
Yeah,
much.
good question.
For the
Thank you.
presentation. Any other comments or questions? All right, thank you so much.
Right on, thank you.
Appreciate it.
And thank you everyone for your public service.
Thanks, Steve. Now we'll move on to item number 4, which is the quarterly vacancy review and elimination update. Doreen Press, employee service.
Yes, thank you so much. Jeanette, can you pull up the?
Yes, just a few moments. Alrighty. Hold on,
Thank you.
hold on, 2 seconds. This silly thing is in the way. Can everybody see that? I'm going to try to make it a little bit bigger. There we go.
Great. So just to touch briefly on some turnover trends and some vacancy updates. Turnover trends and vacancies are kind of like the flow of wastewater, it's always changing. You know, we have our highs and lows in regards to our hires and new hires and demotions and retirements, which, you know, we're all working towards somewhere. So, but as you can see, for the last 2 months of the fiscal year, we had 14 new hires, which was great to bring new people into the county. We did have 2 retirements, so, you know, in leaps and bounds of what we're doing. You know, just for the month of August, we had 10 vacancies that were filled. We had 4 promotions, 5 new hires and 1 rehire. So we're always looking to keep people within the department or the county for promotional opportunities, or just even not necessarily promotional opportunities, but even lateral moves. Just to kind of broaden the horizon a little bit and see where people are going or see where they want to go for different opportunities. So as far as the turnover trends, right now we're averaging, you know, for the 7 about a month right now for the new fiscal year. So, I mean, as you can see, there were months, you know, for January and February of last fiscal year that we only had 1 new hire. So it's nice to see those higher digits when we have the opportunity to fill our vacancies, our positions. So, Jeanette, if we can go to the vacancy tab. So vacancies are a big topic of conversation right now. Our average days to fill vacancies for the month of August was 58, which was down 23.68% from July, which was 76 days. Employee Services continues to work diligently to fill the vacant positions within the department, and the average days for June, July, and August were 69 days. So we're down from the previous 3 months of 88 days. Topic of vacancies continues to be a high topic within wastewater department as well as Pima County. I know per the Board of Supervisors policy that just went into effect a little bit over a year ago, they're keeping an eye on hard to fill positions that are vacant for over 240 days. To date, I'm proud to say that we have not had to give up or renege any of our vacant positions. We try to keep them as vacant as little as possible, to make sure our staffing stays appropriate for all of our, you know, important positions. I'm proud to oversee employee services in regards to how we work with the different departments and how we work so closely with recruitment. They also help us to reach out to other opportunities such as the American Public Works Association and AZ Water for harder to fill positions such as engineering or our O&M series, operations and maintenance. You know, a few months ago, we had a really high staffing vacancy with our instrumentation and process control team. So proud to see that that is now almost fully staffed and we're back to fully being up and running with them. But again, our relationship with recruitment and HR is really imperative in regards to how we're doing and, you know, making sure that we get our processes going. Switching over to Workday was a little bit of a different atmosphere than ADP was. So it took some time to learn and, you know, we had some lower numbers come December and January, as I stated. But moving forward, you know, we're really just moving forward with getting everything filled and trying to get fully staffed with all of our divisions. For the vacancy summary report that was issued by county administration on 9/8, we're currently at 7.9% of all of our vacancies of 403 positions. And then our next goal to get to is actually 5%. So we're really hoping to meet that within the next couple of months would be great, but you always have those hard to fill positions and you can always have people who are coming and going and, you know, looking for different opportunities that best suits their needs and what they're looking for in their careers. So, the safety of our employees is always continues to be the #1 priority, and ensuring that our divisions are fully staffed is employee services main priority. So we continue to, like I said, work closely with recruitment and all of our divisions and upper management to ensure that we're getting the best candidates that we can. And, you know, we need to rework job descriptions maybe and, you know, relook at different things. That's what we're trying to do. So that's where we're at.
Great.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Hard.
Any questions for Dory? All right, thank you so much,
Thank you
Dory.
so much.
It's great. All right, we're gonna move on to the 2025-26 period 2 expense revenue summary. We have Isai Santano here.
Yes. Good morning, everyone. And I have 2 slides to show today. First one will go, let me share my screen real quick.
Oh, here's the first one. Oh, it's, yeah, it's in my back. Thanks, sir.
Perfect. Hopefully everyone can see my screen.
Yes.
Yes, could you make it just a smidge large?
Oh, that is a little different, but. Oh, no, I see. No.
Okay,
Good.
That's better, thank you.
excellent. So this is for fiscal year 25 preliminary as of 9/5. We can see that majority of the accruals have come in. Our revised budget was 104.8 million. And we can see the actuals are 104.6. The projection was 103.6, giving us a projected variance of $1.1 million. The total O&M expenses, including the contra, depreciation, and debt services, revised budget 103.4, actuals have 176.5, and still awaiting the less capital contra coming in here. Our projection is still 181.6, giving us an overall projected variance of $1.7 million. Scrolling down, going to our total revenues, 199 million, actuals 185, and we're still waiting for the capital contributions to be processed still. So we're still projecting to be 199 million, giving us a variance of $6,000. So pretty good. So majority of the accruals have come in. So that was one of the biggest questions that was last meeting that we had, how much was going to come in. So we can take a look. This last presentation that we have 62.7 million, as we see the have come in, so 67.4. So we can pretty much project all of them have come in. There's probably a few of them, but very minor, that won't not make that much of an impact. Now, if we go, any questions on this one before I move forward? Mr. Matt?
Yeah, thanks. Isai, a number of those line items there show projections that are lower than the actuals.
Correct.
Why,
And the
why would
projection,
it?
the projection was from period 10. So after period 10, we did not change the projection. We leave it how it is. So
Oh,
that was the forecast that appeared as a
basically
period 10.
we can ignore the projections and look more at the actuals, since everything is pretty well in, is what you're saying?
Pretty much. Actually, what we like to do is we want to see how good our projection was at period 10. So at the end of the year, we can pretty much go back to and look at the actuals, our projection and the actuals, and compare those two, how far we were off. To give us a better point of view for next fiscal year, help us perfect our projections. Where do we, what did we miss, or what things were we over forecasted? So next fiscal year we can get better at the projection.
Okay, so I think we talked a couple months ago about having a final year-end report come to the committee. Is that something we're still looking at being able to do?
Once everything's settled and all the accruals have posted, like we mentioned, our capital contributions have not come in yet, haven't been processed, and also the the contra has not been processed either. So once those get processed, we'll be able to provide a final report for fiscal year 25.
Good, thank you.
Sure thing. Any other questions? I'll move to the next slide. And this is for, let me make this bigger as well. This for
Thank you.
fiscal year 26 and for period 2 ended in August 31st. Revised budget is 110 million. Actual so far 16.2, and a projection as at this point we're projected to be at budget. Same thing with total O&M expenses, including the contra, depreciation, debt services. It comes a total of 176.6 million, with actuals at a 20.2, and projection to be at a budget for now. Coming on to the revenue side, our budget is 204.4 million, actuals 27.5, and we're projected to be at 203 million. The biggest thing is our revenue from biogas. It has been down for quite some time, and we're projecting to be an effect of $1.3 million less what we have budgeted. So we're projected to be 3.3, and that's talking with treatment and how they see it coming in so far. So hopefully they'll be up and running. They said by the end of this month, hopefully beginning of next month. So hopefully it doesn't hurt us as much. But that's as we stand for fiscal year 26. Questions on this slide?
Any questions on this? Asia, yes.
Yeah, I just was wondering, is the biogas the only real adjustment that you were considering in the projections? Was there anything else that came up that you think is going to be different?
It's the only
Yeah.
big adjustments that we have seen so far is the biogas, because it's been down for quite some time. That will make a real impact at this moment.
The utility fees also seem to be down in comparison.
Correct.
No?
And those are sometimes lagging from the prior year.
Uh-huh.
So we expect to catch up.
Okay. Any other questions or thoughts? All right, hearing none, we'll move on. We'll move on to the financial subcommittee report. Kirsten.
Financial subcommittee did not meet, but a doodle will eventually be coming out, right?
Yes, I am waiting for Art's response for the suggested J's that Jackson can meet.
Okay.
And once he responds, I will send out the doodle.
That's fine.
I will follow up yet again.
We don't have huge impressions.
Exactly. And so I believe the dates are for November. So it'll come out when it comes out.
Okay, perfect. CIP subcommittee report, Asia.
Yes, the CIP subcommittee also has not met since the last full committee meeting. The meetings are scheduled twice a year. I think that the rest of my committee members did a really great job at our last full committee meeting describing our summer meeting, which is really the focus on in the capital improvement program process, the needs and concepts, and kind of into the design phase of things is what we look at. Primarily, we also look at the 5-year CIP and shorter term, and we had a pretty good feeling about that at the summer meeting. So we didn't determine we needed to meet again or anything. We'll have our regular second meeting, maybe at the beginning of next calendar year. And then Jaime, I think he's scheduled to present in November for the full committee to get the picture of that kind of 10-year IIP and that type of thing. So that's a report.
Great, thank you. And then System Water Advisory Committee meeting report to some water activities. Alan.
Sure. So, last meeting was September 10th.
So I mentioned before, we've kind of been going through some changes on the committee because of people turning down coming in. But so we have new leadership right now. So Larry June is our chair, and Bill Allen was Bill Allen is the vice chair.
Yeah.
And I guess I follow along with that because of all the changes. I'm having to kind of take on a little more with CWAC, so, if out of necessity, I needed to step back from this committee, so I think this will be the last time I'll be here. And, we should have a new, member, assigned to CWAC, so.
Sorry to see you go.
Oh, and I've really enjoyed being a part of this group. I've really enjoyed working with staff and all the other members of the committee. Yeah, it's kind of with mixed emotions. I've really enjoyed my time, but I really am getting spread too thin, so I need to kind of pull back and focus on work and CWAC. So with that being said, couple things from the last meeting other than just elections of officers. And I don't have all the details on this, but Chris Avery, the city attorney that works with Tucson Water, informed us that Tucson Water actually received a settlement payment on the PFAS litigation, about $4.9 million. But he said that's just the first installment. I guess there's much more to come over time, but it was a real positive thing that's moving forward. They're starting to see some reimbursement, I guess, is the best way to put it on that. The other thing that we spent some time on was, so John Kamik, the director, and Scott Schleibler, assistant director, deputy director, spent some time with us working through some ideas they have as to furthering corporate water stewardship within the service area and Tucson community. So that was a real interesting discussion, and I think it was kind of in the all up till the Project Blue stuff, and so they want to kind of develop some guidelines or maybe even to the point of standards for corporate stewardship within the area that large corporations would, large water users would be expected or required to adopt and follow going forward. So very, very interesting, very timely discussion, but a lot more to come. And I think that's about it.
Thank you.
So I'll add that I was appointed to CWAC. I wasn't able to attend the October 10th meeting, but I will be attending starting in October, next week.
Yeah, thanks, Claire. I meant to mention that.
Yeah.
Just-
So I assume, no, it's fine. I assume there will be somebody else that'll.
Yeah,
From the
yeah,
water department that'll be here.
And at the last meeting, I kind of made it official, and they said they would reach out to other members. I haven't heard yet if anybody's stepped up or expressed interest.
Okay.
That's kind of how we do it, is we kind of, have people that are interested, express interest to the chair, and then I think the chair will
Good.
somebody.
And I can provide a backup to that.
Yeah.
And should,
Yeah.
Just another question. So CWAC provided a member from CWAC to be
Mhm.
interim and appointed,
right,
Right.
and it wouldn't be me.
because you're chair.
Well, yeah, and I've only gone, I haven't ever actually gone to CWAC yet.
Well, there's
Well, she's particularly appointed to this committee via the Board of Supervisors.
That's right.
And
And
so VWAC would be a separate member.
It's a separate position.
Yeah.
Yes.
That is counted.
I'm appointed by the city manager to that.
I'm sure Claire can.
Help.
Both rows
Yes.
temporarily until,
You
you
can
know,
give
at
them
least for getting information. back
You just
and
can't
forth.
have.
Just like Jim Doyle and.
Yeah.
That's.
Yeah, I'll
That's
just fill in should, but anyway,
Yeah, I appreciate it.
I'm excited to be part of that.
Yeah,
So-
yeah, we're excited to have you, and it keeps that continuity
Yeah.
between the two groups together, which I think is very important. You have so much. of it.
Plus it'd be fun to see everyone.
Another day out of the house.
Another day out, another reason to get dressed. That's right. All right, so. Thank you very much, and we'll move on to the future agenda items. I think, Eric, your question you posed earlier has been resolved because it was in last month's, but he was interested in getting some, discussion of the Sarita plan as it moves forward
And that will be part of Jackson's update.
Yeah.
And, or presentation as necessary, as information comes up.
And has everybody has the work programs? Are there any future agenda items that you'd like to bring up?
I did add on Jaime to November's meeting, the 5 and 10-year CIP overview.
Okay,
And also, is it next month?
we have the Sustainable Action Plan for County Operations,
Yes.
Sonoran Institute, Living River.
No. Next month, we will be having the RBC Capital Markets presentation as requested, Matt. So the financial advisor, Art, has arranged that. It is for next month. So they will be here. So next month's gonna kind of be a long one. Just, we'll have burritos. Jackson will be back, so we will have burritos. Jaime will make a huge pot of coffee, and we will be sent to go. It's gonna be a long one.
Excellent. Although I like bagels, just saying.
I did enjoy the, did you try them? Oh, I had that.
So there you go.
That was good.
But. You missed the burrito. Jonesing for burritos when you got
Well,
here.
what? Just because you're not a member doesn't mean you can't come. Just saying.
Usually a foodie guest.
All right, so, yeah, we have the Living River report. All the rest of these are good, right?
Mhm, yep.
Okay, yeah, it'll be a great meeting.
It'll be.
Any other future agenda items people would like to see in the future? Down the road, probably not next time since it's very full.
Very full. Yeah, no.
Okay. And then I'll do the last call to the audience, item J, if there are any audience members that would like to say anything.
Julie?
Yeah.
Hi, everyone. I was here last time, but I was a little bit late, so I didn't say anything. I am the new-ish community liaison for District 5 Supervisor Kano. And I will be attending your meetings, hopefully regularly. It's very close to my home. I'd love to come in person. It's like a little field trip. I'm a teacher. I taught for 30 years in TOC before. I worked a little bit at the city at the Tucson house and now I'm doing this and I'm loving it. And I'm just loving getting to know how our county works. I'm from Tucson, but I didn't really know a lot about how local government worked. And I'm mostly a 5th grade teacher and I'm not visual particularly, like I don't love maps, but I love charts. And I just wanted to comment what Claire said. I just noticed what a huge decrease in the overflow situation, and then the huge decrease in the vandalism, and I was just wondering like what is causing that. That's great, and I'm sure it's money savings, that's probably saving, but anyway, very happy to be here and grateful for what I'm learning. So thank you.
We didn't talk about the vandalism. Do you have any thoughts on that?
Vandalism mostly from welding the lids.
That's good. Yes, we have Rebecca Perez, external. She's on you now. Oh,
Good
you're on.
morning.
Oh,
Yes.
that's right. Rebecca, nice to meet you, Rebecca.
Yeah, so I'll be submitting my oath this week and joining you all next month as a participant. This month, I'm an observer, but yeah, I was glad I got to catch some of it. So I know what to expect next time. But yeah, my name is Rebecca Bettis. I work with the Wilderness Society. I'm also an organizer with the Tucson Birthplace Open Space Coalition. So I work in conservation, policy, and advocacy. And I'm the new appointee for District 5. And yeah, I just wanted to say hi. I'll give a bigger intro next time.
Welcome. Thank you so much, Rebecca.
Great to have you here. All right. Any other call to the audience that we have today? No, hearing none, I'll call for adjournment. Do I have a motion?
So
Kirsten. And is there a second? Steve?
Gotcha.
Don't miss your big chance, you know, guys. We have many votes here. Okay, all those in favor, say aye. Great. Any opposed? All right, we'll conclude the meeting. Thanks, everybody, for awesome participation and great presentations today.
Thank you all so much. Have a great
And
one.
for your amazing
Thanks.
report.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Bye.
You know, thanks for these, but you know.